paper railroad tracks. Oh boy. All aboard! Well, I'm finally trying to figure out, since I got the mountains kind of, at least the mountains formed, trying to figure out this front end out here, because I got my visitor coming, and wanted to try to give him an idea of what's going on. I've been through, went and found a whole bunch of JPEGs and tried to get them to size and scale and whatever, and guess what? That doesn't work. So I found, let me show you what I found. Okay, on Walter's website, they do have a track turnout templates, so you can download them there in PDF form, and then figure out, making sure that you print them at 100%. You can do that. And let me show you the Pico one. So the Pico one does the same thing, but just look up track templates, and you have to do a quick view, and what they do is they put both your left and rights on one sheet, and you can print them that way, but they take forever to print. I don't know what's going on with the printer. But those are the two websites I found for my references. Once I printed them all, I just labeled them all so I knew what I had, and these are all to scale. I made a number 5 right hand, left hand turnouts, a number 3 and a number 4 Y turnouts for the yard. And here's a left hand number 5. So I got number 5s, and I was going to do number 6, but when I printed one of those, they just looked too long from what I need to do. On the curved turnouts, since they're longer than my sheets of paper at 11 inches, I had to actually put those into Adobe and print them in 2 pieces, and then I'm going to have to overlap them and then tape them together and to make them fit. But I will have them to scale. Then I'll be able to stick them on this yard here. And here's my left hands, 2 left hands, 2 right hands, and I'll be able to get an idea where those go on here too. And let me show you what I got in mind for the track. After hours of playing with this, what I've done was I've cut and made all these track pieces and labeled them left hand, right hand turnouts, the part numbers on them. These are all Walters, and that way I can just tape them into place and see exactly what I need. Okay, a quick explanation of how I decided to go ahead and do it. The inside track will run just as it runs, you know, either left or right. I got a double crossover here and here, so whatever direction I could bring it onto the outer track that goes around the whole thing. It's not built yet, but the outer track, it'll go onto the outer track. Now I had a choice of buying 4 of these pieces or buying 2 crossovers. I'm still looking into which one's cheaper to do that, but that takes the train. I can run a train all the time on this, my excursion track, and I could be running one on the outer track at the same time. But I have a 3rd track that comes through that goes in front of the station. So if there's anything stuck in front of the station, I could leave stuff on that track. And the way I did that was, instead of putting more crossovers here off of this track into the station and having to put some tight crossovers, what I elected to do was, this is a 2024. This is a curved turnout that goes to a 20 on the inside and a 24 on the outside. So my outer track will be split into 2. One would be able, if you go over here and click it, it would send the track the train down the station line, and then it would just go back in. And I got one on the other side too. So basically, instead of putting all that crossover stuff there, I just split the track, the outer track, to either go down and do just a regular loop, or if I forget, then it'll just do a regular loop, but it'll go in front of the train station. But I'd have to go all the way around, click this to get into this inner loop to get it to cross onto the other track. Now to get off of the inner track, it would have to come out here. It would have to go all the way around the outer track one time, click the loop, and then bring the steam train out here to the station, which is no big deal. The only thing that I could see that I really don't like is once you set the trains up in one direction, that's how it'd run unless you do it. There's no way of turning these things around. So I'm going to look into a turntable. On this front line that comes in front of the station, I've put a couple turnouts on either side that gives me the option of putting some more yard stuff in here. I put my H&H feed over here, and it needs a line that goes somehow. I don't want to put these things on there straight, so these things will probably be angled. So I need a line that follows this line out, and then this loading dock off of the train would be back here on this side. All of the roads coming into this are invisible. They're out here. I may just put like a driveway that starts in here a little bit. I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of driveways sitting on out here. So there may be a parking lot here, but it's inferred that the drive into it is, and the road is out here where I don't need to make any of them. I think that leaves me some parking area up and around the station here where I could still put a few cars out if you want to. And again, it's inferred. This is the road and the driveways in. I don't know what I'm going to do. I still have my single station house, but this doesn't fit my my steam train. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I may just open the back of it up and make a drive-through out of it. I don't know what I'm going to do there. Now my country store, it's just, I'm going to put it over here and probably start working this area back in here. It's like I did before. It's probably going to be a parking lot for some cars, and a field and some grass and stuff out here, maybe with the tractors and stuff out in this area. So still going to have my farmland in here. And as you can see, I made me a whole bunch of these parts. I didn't know what I was doing. I got some Ys, number 3 Ys, number 4 Ys, number 5 right hands, 5 left hands, number 4 right hands, number 4 left hands. So I just got a bunch of them, and I could just throw them on here and see what I have room for. And if anybody sees something here on this particular layout that doesn't appear, that you think may not work, that there may be a issue, I'd appreciate you let me know in the comments down below. And now that I kind of got it laid out a little bit, I'm gonna get ready for my visitor. Well, I've modified this just a little bit. Because of the pricing, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the crossover turnout, one side of this out into a yard, one line that goes to my house, train house, and one line that goes to the feed mill, with a left and right crossover turnout off either side. And for that, just that, let me show you. Okay, this is the grand total, $254, and they didn't have enough. I got to buy 2 more of those, so it's going to be over $300 just for the turnouts to do this modified on the front. Yeah,